2019, your party promised a £58 billion package of compensation for these women. Why has the position changed so much from 58 billion to zip?
Well, if you look at the Ombudsman's report, it's very clear in terms of the fact that 9 out of 10 women would not have made a difference in terms of the letters being received. And the focus is on how we use public money. And we don't believe that £10 billion, up to £10 billion in terms of compensation, would be a fair and apportionate response. And as I say, our focus is in tackling the cost of living crisis, improving living conditions.
For everybody,
that includes pensioners and WASPy women, and the investment we're putting in the NHS, in the public services, as well as the support, broader support to fix the foundations, is about...
Welcome to today's video, where we dive deep into yet another scandal involving the Labour Party. This time, an MP has been caught live on air, struggling to defend the party's controversial decisions. In this reaction video, we'll analyze the footage, break down the Labour MP's arguments, and explore the implications of these political blunders. But that's not all. We'll also cover other important news stories from around the UK, including a horrifying knife attack that has left the nation shocked, and the latest updates on the royal family. These stories are not just headlines. They're part of the fabric of British society. So stay tuned for a detailed, thought-provoking discussion. Before we begin, if you're passionate about keeping up with British news and political analysis, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us grow and deliver the latest updates directly to you. Let's start with the Labour Party's recent blunder, which has sparked outrage across the political spectrum.
Is about helping pensioners.
Right, can I ask you a question? Liz Kendall has been pictured with WASPy campaign promising to deliver a fair solution, as has Rachel Reeves, as has Keir Starmer. Can you understand why people don't believe a word you say?
Well, look, I go back to the point about the lessons that need to be learnt and the fact that this government has apologised for that delay, but we've got to focus on the issues at hand in terms of improving the living standards of pensioners, and that's why the triple lock is critical. That's £30 billion of investment. People will be £1,400 better off in this Parliament. And this government is committed to improving.
Let me give you this. Back in 2022, the now Prime Minister said, this is a real injustice. That's why there's been a big campaign about it. It's not just that the age has changed to 67. All your working life, you've got in mind the date on which you can retire and get your pension. And just as you get towards it, the goalposts are moved and you don't get it. And that is a real injustice.
Back in 2019, Labour made a bold promise, a £58 billion compensation package aimed at supporting women affected by changes to pension laws. It was hailed as a transformative policy, showing Labour's commitment to fairness. However, fast forward to today, and that promise has all but vanished. When questioned about this U-turn during a live interview, a Labour MP provided vague and contradictory explanations. What happened? The MP was grilled about why the £58 billion promise had been scrapped. Instead of offering a clear answer, they cited findings from the Ombudsman's report and claimed that the majority of affected women would not have benefited significantly. The MP then pivoted to the cost of living crisis, stating that the government's priority should be on broader issues rather than targeted compensation. Viewers were quick to criticize the MP's performance, describing it as robotic and lacking empathy. Many felt that the party's response was an insult to those who had been counting on Labour's support. This incident raises serious questions about Labour's reliability. How can a party that once championed social justice now turn its back on a vulnerable group? The lack of consistency is not just a political issue, it's a matter of trust.
That's what he said 2 years ago.
Yeah, and the Ombudsman has reported, and we accept the findings in relation to maladministration.
The Ombudsman said they should get at least some recompense.
While political scandals dominate the headlines, a terrifying incident in Westworth has reminded us of the real dangers many people face daily. Tito Elato, a 30-year-old man, has been sentenced to life imprisonment for a frenzied knife attack that left 2 women severely injured. The attack began with what seemed like a normal conversation at the victim's doorstep. However, things took a dark turn when Elato forced his way into the flat. Armed with a knife, he launched a brutal assault on a woman in her 30s, stabbing her multiple times. When the victim's mother tried to intervene, she too became a target, suffering serious injuries. The victims managed to barricade themselves in a room with a 6-month-old baby, but Elato was relentless. He broke through the barricade and threatened to kill everyone inside. Thankfully, police arrived in time, and after a tense standoff, they managed to subdue and arrest him. Impact on the community. This horrifying incident has sent shockwaves through the local community. Neighbors who alerted the police after hearing screams have been praised for their quick thinking. The bravery of the victims who fought to protect themselves and the baby is nothing short of heroic. Cases like this highlight the need for stricter measures to prevent violent crimes. From mental health support to tougher laws on knife possession, there's much to be done to ensure the safety of our communities. Moving to the royal family, Prince Andrew has once again found himself at the center of a scandal. This time, the controversy involves his association with Yang Tenango, a businessman accused of being a Chinese spy. The allegations. Yang has been barred from entering the UK after a high court ruling revealed his alleged involvement in espionage. It's reported that he met with Prince Andrew multiple times, including visits to Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle. Andrew's response. In light of the allegations, Prince Andrew has withdrawn from several royal events, including the family's pre-Christmas lunch. His office released a statement claiming that all interactions with Yang were conducted through official channels and that no sensitive information was discussed. Public perception. This is yet another blow to Prince Andrew's reputation, which has already been tarnished by previous scandals. Critics argue that his actions reflect poorly on the royal family as a whole. Amid the chaos, Princess Anne continues to shine as a symbol of hard work and dedication. Recently, she visited members of the 29th Regiment to oversee equipment being sent to support Ukrainian conscripts. At 74, she remains the hardest-working royal, completing over 450 engagements in 2023. Today's video covered a lot of ground, from Labour's televised blunders to shocking crime reports and royal controversies. Each of these stories reflects broader issues within our society, from political accountability to public safety and the role of the monarchy. What are your thoughts on these stories? Do you think the Labour Party can regain public trust? How should the government address violent crimes like the Westworth attack? And what does the future hold for the royal family in light of Prince Andrew's ongoing troubles? Let us know your opinions in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth coverage of British news and politics. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. It's clear that the political landscape in the UK is more turbulent than ever. From Labour's broken promises to the shocking knife attacks that leave us questioning our safety, these are not just stories. They're reminders of the challenges we face every day. And then we have the royal family's ongoing controversies, further shaking public trust in institutions that should represent the values we hold dear. So, what does the future hold? Can Labour rebuild its credibility, or will this latest blunder be the final straw for voters? Will the government take real action to address violent crime, or will we continue to see the same cycle of inaction?